welcome to Breaking Silence's YouTube page. My name is Kelly, and this week we're going to discuss self-awareness. In case you didn't know, every week I do Coping with Kelly, and the past few weeks I've done different coping mechanisms, but this month, the month of May, is Mental Health Awareness Month. And one step that I've come to notice is very important in mental health is to have a sense of self-awareness, to know yourself in a special way. And I have looked up the definition of self-awareness for this video, and it is conscious knowledge of one's own character, feelings, motives, and desires. So there are 4 components to self-awareness. Now as I go through, I'm going to list these 4 components, and I'm also going to have questions to go along with them so that you can reflect. You may pause the video, stop, think, journal, just sit there in your thoughts and kind of really think about these things. But the most important thing is to be honest with yourself, because if you're not honest with yourself, this reflection will not do much for you. So the first component is character. Now this is who we are when no one is around, when no one's looking, the decisions we make when we don't think people will find out, just who we are, who we actually are when we're not trying to put on a front and get people to like us or just be accepted in society. So here's some questions I would like you to ponder. And the second component is feelings. So these are the things, how our minds and bodies respond to the good and the bad. Not our actions, but our feelings about certain situations that happen in our life or that we witness happening, and they kind of can drive us to behave certain ways if we don't control them and know them and understand them. So I want you to ponder the following questions for just a minute. The third component is motives. This is the why we do what we do. These are the things that push us forward into making our decisions, whether they're consciously or subconsciously. There's always a motive in what we do. Now I'm going to insert the questions for you to ponder about your motives. And component number 4 are desires. This is what we want out of life, what we don't want out of life, just what we want for ourselves and for others. So, here are some questions to ponder considering desires. that is self-awareness. Self-awareness has 4 components: character, feelings, motives, and desires. Just to reiterate the definition again, it is a conscious knowledge of one's own character, feelings, motives, and desires. Now, I hope that you'll take those questions, that you'll actually go back and maybe even think about them a little bit more, journal them, talk to somebody about them. Just I want you to have a better understanding of yourself and to just have more self-awareness as you move forward in Mental Health Month, and truly learning who you are as a person and making the changes necessary. Something else that really struck me while I was doing a little bit of research was a quote that I found on Pinterest, and it said, "Yes, love yourself, but also analyze and be critical of how you think, act, and behave. Self-love without self-awareness is useless. Be accountable." And so often when we talk about mental illness, we do talk about self-love, or when we talk about mental health, we talk about self-love, and self-love is very important, but self-awareness is important as well, because it is a learning who you are. It's learning your strengths, it's learning your weaknesses, it's learning where you're doing an amazing job and you need to give yourself a pat on the back for, but also realizing your failures and your shortcomings and not allowing them to set you back, but allowing you to evaluate them, evaluate yourself, your thoughts, your behaviors, your character, and how you are living life, and just be able to go forward and change them. Make the changes that you want to make to be who you are, to reach your goals, and to just be a good person. And so yeah, I thank you for watching this video.